Hi beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. In this particular video we shall be learning how to take an accurate body measurement for an accurate outfit. Now there are three kind of measurement that are required, and they are very important, which are the bust measurement, the waist measurement, and the upper hip measurement. This measurement needs to be taken accurately. They are very important. So consider these three measurements importantly when taking your measurements. They are the king of measurements. That's the bust measurement, the waist, and the upper hip. Now, before taking your body measurements, you need a tape measure, very importantly, and your measurement should not be taken tight. It should be taken firmly, and also your measurement should be taken with your 2 fingers. To my returning subscribers, you're welcome. If you're new to this channel, you're welcome. Why not go ahead and hit the subscribe button? I'm Designer Comfort. I create content around the sewing niche, including pattern drafting, cutting and sewing, tips and tricks in sewing. So without wasting much of your time, guys, just stay around. We'll be right back.
Girl, any record, girl, I go make you sing. Now she the pray for the cocoa my sing. I got the holy water, baby, make you come swing. My pocket full of money, my heart is full of loving, nobody pick up for the dancer, no. Fine lady, she the bounce along. Skin. Okay.
Welcome back, guys. I'll be making use of this beautiful lady here for the illustration on how to take an accurate body measurement. So now go ahead and tell your client to tilt. When your client tilts, the middle fold around the waist, go ahead and tie your tape measure around that area. That is the smallest part of the waist. Yeah, that's the middle fold around your waist when your client tilts. This area of the waist is called the true waist. We have 2 types of waist, the empire waist and the true waist. The empire waist is under the bust. Yeah, under the bust. This is called our empire waist, and that's the true waist where we've tied our tape measure. Now go ahead and tell your client to stand erect. And when taking the body measurement, please ensure to stand beside. Avoid to stand in front of your client. Stand beside your client. Now you go ahead, take your tape measure and start measuring. Now we'll go ahead and measure our shoulder measurement. You can raise your client's hand to get the bone around the shoulder. That's around the shoulder joint. Yeah. Go ahead and tell your client to turn his or her back. That joint over there where we've raised the hand, go ahead and place your tape measure around there to this bone right here. Place the tape measure there. I have 7 inches. 7 times 2 is 14 inches. That's our shoulder measurement is 14. Or you can go ahead and place the tape measure from one end of the shoulder, from one end of the bone to the other. That's the shoulder measurement. Like so. Just tell your client to raise her hand. That's bone over there. Go ahead and place your tape measure from one end of the bone to the other. So we'll go ahead and measure her bust circumference. Like I said, the 3 important measurements that you need to take importantly when taking your body measurements is the bust measurement, the waist measurement, and the upper hip. Now go ahead and measure your bust circumference. Ensure that it's not too tight and use your 2 fingers. As you can see how I placed my finger. So now go ahead and record whatever you have. That's your bust circumference. So after that, we'll go ahead and take the under bust circumference. That is called our empire waist. Just go ahead and measure. Use your 2 fingers to make it firm. So now guys, when you're done taking the bust circumference, you go ahead and take the across bust. That's for the basics. That's when you're using the subtraction technique. You go ahead and take the across bust. When your client is putting on her bra, you can measure from the end of that bra, where that's the side of the bust. That's, you notice there's a line on your bra. Measure from that end to the other end of that your bra. That's the side. That's your across bust. Very importantly, when using the subtraction technique. So now guys, we'll go ahead and measure from the shoulder tip. You can see where I placed my tape measure. Go ahead and measure. That's her bust point. That's where the nipples is the bust point. So go ahead and measure the under bust. Please don't place your tape measure like so. Like, don't put it inside. Just place your tape measure firmly on the iron of your bra. That's your under bust. You don't have to go ahead and be pushing it inside. It will give you a wrong measurement. So now go ahead and measure from the shoulder tip to where we've tied this tape measure. That's a half length. Yeah, just place it firmly like so. That's the half length. So now we're measuring the bust span. That is from one nipple to the other. That's her bust span. Go ahead and place your tape measure around the fullest part of the bust. Yeah. So now guys, you can go ahead and tell your clients to push out her hip. Yeah, I want to measure to get where the point of her hip lies. That's the fullest part of her hip. That's when drafting, it will guide you to avoid all these sharp points when drafting around the hip. So when your clients have pushed out her hip like so, you just go ahead and measure from the half length to that point. Please don't stand in front of your client. Like I said, stand beside. It's very wrong. It's wrong when taking measurements. Just go ahead and stand by the side of your client. So now the point of her hip, where the fullest part of her hip lies, is 8 inches. 8 to 10 inches. Mostly the standard measurement for most people is 10 to 12 inches, while some people is 8 to 10. So hers is 8 inches, 8 and 10 inches. So just go ahead and place your tape measure around that point. That is the fullest part of her bum. Yeah, that's the fullest part of her bum. Just go ahead and place it like so. Place it firmly and measure her hip circumference. So now guys, when drafting your basic, like I said, when using the subtraction technique, the across bust and the across hip is very, very important. So go ahead and measure the across bum. When your client is putting on a jean or a knit or a shirt like mine, you can notice that line over there. There's a line at the side of our shirt. Just go ahead and place your tape measure from one end of that line to the other. That is our cross bum. That is our cross bum. This is for the basics. Do you understand? When using your suppression technique, it is very important. So guys, go ahead and measure her back length. The front length is always longer than the back length. Just go ahead and place your tape measure from that bone that we have over there. Place it on that tape that we've tied. The front length, her front length is 15 inches, while the back length is 13 inches. So she has 2 inference then 2 inches difference because of the bust that we have in the front area. So the front length is always longer than the back length. So we'll go ahead and measure from her half length to her nail. We have 2 types of nail. We have the first nail and the actual nail. So just go ahead and place your tape measure from your half length where we tied the tape measure. I'm so sorry guys, I didn't know it wasn't showing. So sorry. So just go ahead and place your tape measure from your half length to your first nail. After your first nail, you go up by 3 inches. That is your actual nail. You know, when making a mermaid gown or when making your 6-piece skirt, you actually need your actual nail. That's 3 inches above your first nail. So just go ahead and measure your full measurement. That's the floor measurement. You place your tape measure from the half length to your ankle. That's if you're making a trouser, and you place your tape measure from the half length to the floor. So now guys, you go ahead and measure your true waist. That's the circumference of your true waist. Go ahead and measure the circumference of your true waist. So the next thing we'll be measuring is her sleeve length. So go ahead and measure her sleeve length. Fold your client's hand like so. Go ahead and measure her sleeve length. Now the standard measurement for sleeve length is normally 24 inches. From shoulder to the elbow is 13 inches. For short people, the sleeve length standard measurement is 23, while for tall people standard measurement is 24 inches. Now just go ahead and place your tape measure from the shoulder tip all the way like so. Her sleeve length is 23 inches. Yeah, her sleeve length is 23, and from the shoulder to her elbow is 13 inches. Yeah, her elbow is 13 inches, while her sleeve length is 23 inches. Now if you want to measure your wrist, fold your client's hand like so and place your tape measure around her hand like so. That's a folded hand. The standard measurement is always 10. I have 10 inches. Ensure to fold your client's hand like so when you are using Ankara or a lace fabric that are not stretchy. But if you are making use of a tool that is stretchy, you can just go ahead and place the tape measure around the wrist. So guys, we've come to the end of this video. Thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you are here to join our amazing family, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Bye.